Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And golly gee willikers, it might be a bad time to go on strike if you're working in Hollywood.
Yeah, because imagine that. All the studios are shrinking and cutting things because they don't have the money.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about Netflix. It has come out via the Wall Street Journal that they plan to cut their spending by $300 million in 2023. Now, by Netflix standards, I'm not sure how much that is. That's like...
That doesn't seem like much, honestly.
It doesn't seem like a lot, but it does seem like they're going to be a little more careful about what they greenlight and a little more careful about who they hire.
Remember when everybody joked Netflix would greenlight anything?
Yeah, so remember when just, what was this, last year? It was actually last year about this time, they were canceling a bunch of shows that you could describe as being activist-minded, will be nice, activist-minded, including Ava DuVernay, who lost her Warner Brothers agreement, I guess, too. They got rid of her.
Really?
Yeah, they just got rid of her from that.
So they just want to get rid of Ava DuVernay. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
They're just trying to get rid of her in general, I think.
Because I think she's a colossal pain in the ass to work with. That's the vibe I get. But, you know, they always... And I told you what was going to happen when the recession hit. All these companies are going to be like, hot damn, this is how we get rid of problematic people and we don't have to deal with the backlash because we'll just blame the economy. And that's exactly what's going on here. They got rid of Anti-Racist Baby, too. They shut down their blog. They had the, Tudum pop culture blog or whatever.
Yep.
And all the journalists were complaining. They were like, oh, we only had it for 6 months and they got rid of it. And how dare they? How very dare they? All those brown people are now out of work. And literally, that's what they were saying. They were trying to drag race into it. And they were like, no, this blog doesn't make any money. It was a marketing thing and we need to spend our money better elsewhere. So now they're going to make some more cuts because the competition is growing. The competition.
Hey, I've done stuff like that, so I'm not.
Oh yeah, we've done it.
I'm
too.
not. You know, we've done the same thing.
But they are competing with cum titties, and they have to compete with OnlyFans now. So let's talk about this before we get into it any further. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. You'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
Go out to clownfishtv.com. You can sign up for our free daily newsletter that gives you a lot more news than what we talk about on the channel. People don't realize we have a lot of articles out there, but YouTube and the website seem to be like two totally different things. So you need to go out there and sign up for that. We won't spam you. It's like once a day, and you'll get notified if you're not getting notified here. So let's talk about this. This is coming from the Wall Street Journal. Netflix plans to cut spending by $300 million in 2023. Streamer is looking for fresh savings.
Well, at least it's not as bad as Disney's $5.5 billion.
Yeah, this is like 2 Hollywood movies, maybe. Netflix plans to reduce its spending by $300 million this year, according to people familiar with the matter, as the streaming giant continues its push to improve profitability. Remember that? Profitability. Remember that? In a competitive market.
Well, so I kind of wonder, is this $300 million in cuts? Like, I'm sure they're going to explain what they supposedly... This is all rumor, by the way. Is it going to be something like, more of like things like Anti-Racist Baby and things like we're cutting things that are, and people who are causing us issues?
That is exactly what I think they're going to do. And I think we're going to see that with Disney, too. I think all of these companies, again... It's hit tech and Hollywood harder, this recession, than anybody else, partly because of, Silicon Valley imploding and the venture capital running out. But partly, I think the studios and the tech companies are using this as a way to get rid of a bunch of people they don't need or a bunch of projects they don't want.
Like was it Kickstarter?
Yeah.
That they all went union, and then as soon as they had a chance to, the pandemic, they're throwing people overboard. But then, while at the same time, it's our most profitable year ever.
Yeah, Kickstarter they basically used the pandemic to get rid of as an excuse to get rid of their unionized employees.
That's how it seemed.
Yeah, and that's what they're doing here. I'm telling you, they're going to be like, hey, yeah, we're going to have to cut some shows, and I'm sorry, season 6 of She-Ra is not looking very likely at this point.
Hey, we're not hearing anything about Amazon's live action one. Like, since it's been more than a year since we've heard anything.
I don't think anybody knows. I mean, just kind of a side tangent. I don't think anybody knows where the Masters of the Universe franchise actually is at this point in time. Like, Kevin Smith's season 2 is still coming out.
But I think that was greenlit way back.
That was greenlit. Yeah, they probably had to put in an episode order with Powerhouse, but Nobody knows where it's at. Nobody knows where the movie's at. Nobody knows where live action She-Ra's at.
Somebody does. They're just not telling us.
Nobody knows what's going on at Mattel. People are like, is the line canceled? Is it not canceled?
We got a bunch of stuff canceled again on us.
Yeah.
This is not related at all, but like we had a bunch of toys on order and they all got canceled too.
Yes.
So let's go back to point though.
Anyway, the company is looking to cut costs partly because it plans to crack down on password sharing broadly in the U.S. In an internal meeting earlier this month, company leaders urged staffers to be judicious with their spending, including in relation to hiring, but said there would be no hiring freeze or additional layoffs.
So it doesn't mean they can't cancel programs.
It means, they're probably going to cancel programs. They're probably not going to hire, it's not going to be an official hiring freeze, but they're not going to hire activists. I think that's what's going on.
They're not basically taking on new stuff at this point in time.
And I think they're looking at it in all these companies now, and it's amazing how quickly everything is starting to pivot back to profitability now that the venture capital has run out, now that people are starting to realize like all this activist driven crap is not selling, it's not bringing us any money, we don't have the extra money to play around with it to get social media points. And in fact, Netflix, they got worse than anybody because they were attacked because of Dave Chappelle, which is one of their biggest draws. And they're probably like, you know what?
Let's order 5 more specials.
Yeah, let's just order. Yeah, Dave Chappelle, you're in charge of Netflix now. What do you want to see?
We need to save $300 million to pay those people.
Pretty much. A Netflix spokeswoman declined to comment, of course. Across the streaming industry, companies have heightened their focus on profitability after several years in which chasing subscription growth was the priority. And the problem is we're seeing that now with Disney. They've run out of people to sell their stuff to. Everybody.
There's too much.
Yeah, and now they're going to try to get. And this is kind of what's going on with Twitter right now. This is kind of what's going on with YouTube right now. Basically, we've hit a ceiling on, the number of like paying customers. So what they're trying to do is make more paying customers by taking away the password sharing. In YouTube's case, people found out that they're going to crack down on ad blockers, that you're not going to be able to watch YouTube for free anymore. They're going to push you into paying for YouTube Premium, which I don't know what that's going to do to the site. I mean, screw the creators. Who the hell cares?
Well, blocking ads isn't the same thing as making you pay.
No, but yet they want you to turn your ad blocker off for
the
YouTube.
flip side is, I get ad blockers. I totally do. The flip side is if you're watching stuff for free and you like people's content, by running ad blockers, you're actually not helping those people anyway.
Well, what's going on though is the ads are getting more obtrusive, and I've had people. Well,
that's true too. I'll give you that one.
People comment on our stuff. They're like, "Oh my God, there was like 5 ads in a row."
It wasn't us.
Wasn't us. We have no. This is YouTube. I've seen comments that people said they literally put a 2-hour movie as a commercial. I mean, you can skip it.
What?
But I've seen 2-minute long, unskippable ads on YouTube. And again, this is all desperation. These companies are trying very hard to make more money. And when you're a corporation, it's not good enough to just keep your head above water. You always have to go up and up and up and up and up because the shareholders demand it. If you're a private company, it's like, well, as long as we can pay our staff and we're still keeping our heads above water, we're fine. But a corporation with stockholders, you're going to have to constantly make more money.
YouTube's going to end up, because they're going to screw over the content creators, which, let's be honest here, that's the only reason they have anything. And these companies want to run ads on these other people's work. They're paying YouTube to do so, and then they're going to have to understand that they're going to have to get what they get and shut the hell up. But
yeah, but we're seeing that
it's going to blow up in their face.
It is, in Twitter now, everything's pay to play. Basically, the free ride's over, and Disney, like even their ad supported tier or
ad free tier.
Ad free tier, they jacked the price up on that.
They're going to. They just started in December, and they're already announcing price increases by the end of the year.
And they're going to do that every quarter.
And Disney, everybody's just going to pull the plug on them. Everybody's going to be like, hey, screw this.
But meanwhile, they're going to be like, hey, I can just go buy a Roku TV for $200-$300. Hook it up to the internet, and there's more stuff on there than I could ever watch. But the thing is, Roku lost a ton of money too.
Yes, they're all going to start charging.
They're all going to start charging.
Can we stay on topic?
It's all related.
But we don't have to read all of this. It's just like, so there's different reasons why I think they're cutting some costs. I think they push back their password sharing stuff. They push that back to later and things like that.
So it said they've been scrutinizing their costs for some time. They had a subscriber loss. They're talking about the launch of the ad support service. Again, this is a really bad time to go on strike. this is a really bad time to go all in on ads because we can tell you that the ad rates are down significantly. But all these guys are like, their plan is like, yeah, hey, let's do advertising. That'll work. I'm like, yeah, 5 years ago, but now it's like the ad rates are really bad. And I think they're bad because I think a lot of these services, not video so much, but websites, I think they were cheating the traffic.
Well, I have to wonder if the next thing Netflix is going to do is when we have a big popular show like Stranger Things or something like that. Oh, you can get it a week earlier, whatever, if you pay, or you get the first month you have to have paid access to the episodes or something like that.
They've talked about that. They talked about actually getting rid of the binge. They've been, chopping their seasons up, and they did with Stranger Things. They dragged it out, in 2 parts, so people didn't binge the whole thing. But I could totally see them going to a Disney Plus where it's like, okay, it's going to be weekly, or like you said, if you want to watch it weekly, you got to pay, and then at the end of the 2 months or whatever, when we're done dropping the episodes, then we'll just drop it for all the plebs.
And the thing is, I mean, they're gonna probably do something like that because, well, the reason they're not doing they're trying to shift from they shift from the binge is because Disney Plus does it weekly, and that's so they keep you subscribed for more than 1 month because they know everybody's just going to binge it and cancel.
Yes, and I could totally see that, or just paywall their best stuff. Like, well, okay, you've got basic Netflix, but if you want like Netflix plus Ultra with all the good stuff,
Netflix plus or something that where you get like premiere day access or something. I mean, I can totally see them doing it because they keep raising the prices. Now their stock went up, which I do know is true because I have stock.
Yeah, so I think they actually seem like they have a plan. I think that Wall Street's looking at this like, okay, Netflix is, because people, again, they joked for years that they would greenlight anything. They would just, they were hiring stupid people to do stupid projects.
Netflix is one of the first ones to go make super extreme agenda-driven changes to lots of things.
Yeah, so I think Wall Street's liking that. They will stay in the game, but all these other streamers, I mean, even Disney, I'm kind of like, Disney as a company is going to be around, but I'm like long term for Disney Plus, I'm kind of like, where are they going to go? They didn't really have enough new content when they were doing well. It was like one new show a month or something, and they're all going to face the music at this point. It's going to be the ta-dum. It's all the money's running out.
Yeah, basically, I think your point you're trying to make in a long, drawn out, roundabout way is, hey, Netflix is cutting stuff too. A lot of places are cutting, and now's not the time to be asking for. I mean, more money, yes, but like demanding there's so many writers be hired and all that other crazy crap.
Well, even that, like because this was like, Netflix was like the end goal for cartoonists, because we talk a lot about animation and cartoons and stuff here. Netflix was the dream. Netflix was like, I'm going to do comics for now. I'm going to do my Tumblr stuff, my Twitter stuff, but eventually I'm going to get noticed by Netflix, and because they greenlight anything, I'm going to get my series picked up over there. And I'm telling you right now, that is not going to happen. They're going to be very damn careful about what they pick. And
it could happen if you have a really, really good series.
And you have a platform for it, and you can prove it. But anyway, we're going to wrap this one up.
Yeah.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, and we'll talk later.
Bye.
Pre-order the Clownfish TV comic book right now on Indiegogo. Go to clownfishtvcomic.com. That's clownfishtvcomic.com. This is a fun collection of all new comic strips based on dumb stuff we've said on the show. Again, that's clownfishtvcomic.com. You're gonna have to hurry. We're only taking pre-orders for a limited time. Now we're gonna get back into the show. Help support the channel. Go to thereef.support and get early access to podcasts, videos, and other content. That's thereef.support.